What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. In today's video, I'm going to show you an absolutely epic strand shotgun that is as good, if not better, than the 4th Horseman. That's an absolutely massive statement, as that is one of the best DPS weapons in the game. So if you want to find out more on how you can pick this weapon up and the sort of roles you should be chasing, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now, each and every season, we get a massive range of weapons either returning or added to the game, and this season is no different. Not only do we have the Reckoning weapons returning in their original form aesthetically, we also see updated versions of those with a taken aesthetic and updated archetypes and perks. Now, naturally, we will cover all the god roles throughout the course of the season, but there is one weapon that absolutely stands out and absolutely deserves its place on the podium as one of the best weapons this season. Now, as we mentioned in the intro, after crunching all the numbers, this weapon is as good and in some aspects better than the 4th Horseman. Now, many of you will be very familiar with this ARC exotic shotgun, which comes with the exotic perk Thunderer, where the weapon's rate of fire is increased significantly and also fires in full auto. It comes with broadside as well, which is where each successive shot deals more damage and has more spread. Now, without the catalyst, this holds 4 rounds in the magazine, and with the catalyst, this can hold 5, as well as having a faster reload. Now, the legendary weapon that's here to take its crown is called the Until Its Return. This is a legendary kinetic strand shotgun that is brand new for Season of the Deep. Now, all the Deep and Reckoning weapons can be earned via the Salvage and Deep Dive activities through seasonal engrams, or by going fishing and putting some fish back in your aquarium, which is a great way to get your hands on some quick loot this season. Now, we made a video covering all the best farms for Season of the Deep, how to get your hands on Salvage and Deep Dive keys, as well as the best way to get legendary and exotic loot from going fishing. If you haven't checked out that video already, I highly recommend that you do so, and I'll leave the link to that down in the video description below. Now, taking a close look at the Until Its Return. Now, this is a craftable weapon, so you can earn Deep Sight Resonance versions of this by running seasonal activities, which means enhanced perks are also available. In terms of the main legendary traits on this weapon, you'll find 7 in each column. In a third column, we have Well-Rounded, Overflow, Ensemble, Autoloading Holster, Threat Detector, Offhand Strike, as well as Steady Hands. And in the final column, we have some new traits such as Collective Action, which is where collecting elemental pickups or throwing a strand tangle grants a stacking period of increased damage. That's alongside Trench Barrel, Harmony, Cascade Point, Surrounded, Adrenaline Junkie, and also Vorpal Weapon. And on top of that, it also has its own origin trait called Unsated Hunger, and this increases your handling, reload, and stability when no abilities are fully charged. Now, as for the role that I'm using in this video, we have Full Choke as the barrel option, which reduces the projectile spread. We also have Appended Mag, which increases the magazine size. Another viable option though is Tac Mag, which will also increase its stability and magazine size on top of the reload speed. By having either of those perks, it means you can have a bigger magazine without having to apply a mod to the weapon, allowing you to put other damage dealing bonuses on, such as Boss Spec or Major Spec. Now, as for the main legendary traits, we have Autoloading Holster, where the weapon is automatically reloaded when holstered after a short period of time. Now, the regular version of this trait will reload the weapon after 2.5 seconds, with the enhanced version decreasing that time by 0.2 seconds. And as for the final legendary trait, we have Cascade Point, and this is where final blows or sustained precision hits with another weapon will increase this weapon's rate of fire for a short duration. Now, you'll need to get multiple precision hits within 4 seconds, and this buff can stay stowed for 5 seconds. And much like Autoloading Holster, it also has an enhanced version, which reduces the fire delay to 2.75 seconds upon readying the weapon after scoring a kill or delivering multiple precision hits. Now, what makes this weapon so devastating is the fact that we're stacking Cascade Point on top of the fact this is already a rapid fire frame shotgun. That is one of the fastest firing archetypes in the game, which mirrors the 4th Horseman in the fact that it fires in full auto, except this has deeper ammo pockets and even a faster reload when the magazine is empty. Now, naturally, that bonus won't affect Autoloading Holster, but if you did want to perform a traditional reload, it would at least be super fast anyway to get you straight back into the action. So that's a good look at the weapon, the role and traits you should be chasing. But now comes the time to crunch the numbers. Now I've factored in that the 4th Horseman has a catalyst, which grants it the faster reload on top of an extra round in the magazine. And the 4th Horseman also increases damage per round. Now each round out of both of these shotguns fires 12 pellets. And the 4th Horseman's first round will deliver 2,203 per pellet out of its first round, gradually building up to 2,594 per pellet for the final round in the magazine. Now by adding all these pellets and rounds together, this delivers 117,096 in damage per magazine, with 4 rounds being in the mag. Now to unload those rounds, it takes just 1.2 seconds, delivering 97,580 damage per second. Now the 4th Horseman with the catalyst though has an extra round. This means it takes 1.4 seconds to unload the entire mag, with a full 5 rounds delivering 148,221 total damage. Now, as we mentioned, it takes 1.4 seconds to deliver that, equating to 105,872 damage per second. It's an absolutely monstrous shotgun, and you can really see why it's popular for those boss melts. Now, for the Until Its Return, this delivers 2,303 per pellet, with each round delivering 12 pellets per round. This equates to 27,636 per shot, with there being 8 rounds in the magazine, delivering a total damage of 221,088 in damage. Now, even though this is a rapid fire frame, it still takes 3.3 seconds to fully unload that without Cascade Point, which would deliver 66,996 damage per second. But if you can proc Cascade Point, this empties the magazine in just 2.2 seconds, increasing your DPS to 100,494, a massive 50% increase. Now for a legendary weapon, that's an absolutely devastating amount of damage. And when you consider you can add things like boss specs, which will increase your damage output by an additional 7%, that could take you up to 107,528. On top of that, as a strand weapon, you can also take advantage of unraveling rounds, things like Thread of Propagation, Thread of Isolation, and Thread of Continuity are fantastic strand fragments, which will easily allow you to have unraveling rounds for a prolonged period of time, either through charged melee kills or landing rapid precision hits. I firmly believe the Until Its Return is one of the best weapons in Season of the Deep, so if it's not on your list right now, make sure to add it, with any champions or bosses absolutely melting if they get in your way. So there we have it guys, a good look at the Until Its Return, one of the best strand weapons in Destiny 2. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump back into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.